back to the channel. I'm Stephanie with Chubby Girl in the World. Thank you so much for watching. Now, we have so much stuff to talk about today and I have really exciting news. We're going to talk about everything from swimsuits from Unique Plus to some vintage, from a vintage line, Torrid Accessories, Sierra Blue, who I am partnering with to do a giveaway of one of their absolutely beautiful dresses. To get details on that, you do have to stick around till the end of the video, and it's really exciting. They're the first brand ever to reach out to me. I'm a teeny tiny channel, and I was so excited that they reached out to me on Instagram. So if you want to learn how to win a dress from Simply Blue, go ahead and stay tuned till the end of the video. All right, let's get into it. Okay guys, so as you know, springtime is coming, the weather is warming up, and we all want to be ready for spring break and for summertime. So if you were looking for some really cool, just kind of beachwear, Unique Vintage is a fantastic place to go. So this is their Unique Vintage Plus Style 1950 style pink and blue striped bikini. It does retail for $44. It is very cute, as you can see here. The thing that I'm most excited about though is this Folter plus size 1950 style red and navy plaid boatneck shirt. There's just something about this kind of color combination, the red and the blues. The color theory behind it just really makes it excited. It's bold and sophisticated and kind of nautical, but I just love that. This is actually a collectif, so this is a plus size 1950s green and ivory banana leaf dress. I am really digging this dress because of the wide white belt, and the banana leaf print I think is something that is so summery and springtime, and it's floral without being, it's a floral without being flowery. Does that make sense? Where it's just something that is, it's botanical, that's what it is. It's a botanical print, and I think it's very sophisticated. So if you're going on a cruise or you're going on vacation and you want something that's going to be really comfortable, but you still want to kind of strut your stuff, this is a collectif vintage teal palm print Kelly dress. And I think that this, it's kind of like a palm print, but the palm print's in white and it's a teal dress. I think that this is just absolutely gorgeous, and it looks so good, this cool tone dress with the model who has red hair. It just looks so beautiful and put together. I mean, really any hair color would look good with this dress, but I just thought it was really kind of neat how they paired the contrasting hair color. So this dress is called the plus size black border floral print cotton swing dress. And this gives me like Cuban Havana Nights like sort of vibe. It's colorful and beautiful, but sophisticated. It's floral without being froofy, you know. Sometimes people will do florals and the florals just look overdone. I feel like this is the perfect way. It's like floral around the border. It doesn't overpower the dress. This is more of like a traditional floral, but it still has kind of like the not overdone florals. This is the Unique Vintage plus size 1950 style white and multicolor dress. And again, it's the edge of the skirt has more of the florals, and the print, it almost looks like a gust of wind has kind of picked up the petals and moved them up the dress. Like there's a lot of movement in this dress, and it looks really beautiful. A lot of these dresses are around the $100 mark, like the $98 mark. So these would really be for not everyday wear. I mean, you could get everyday use out of them, but most likely these are going to be kind of spring formal dresses or prom dresses or something you buy to go to a wedding, or maybe both. This one, however, I want this one so bad. It's called the Unique Vintage plus size navy and white crane print, and I think that crane prints are so fantastic and they just look so visually interesting. And there's something that just really, like the white and the navy, a lot of times people will do white and navy and polka dots, and I think that's nice too, but I think the crane print is just a really cool twist on that white and navy look. This also is one of those kind of like Latin sort of vibes, like it just, you know, Latin African sort of vibe. It's a unique vintage in, I'm gonna say this wrong, Kameheha plus size bird of paradise Hawaiian print Ronnie Bolero. Okay, so that makes sense that it's really more like Hawaiian inspired than Latin or like Cuban inspired. But a lot of those cultures have like overlapping color stories, and like I have like I'm Mexican American and I have a lot of Polynesian friends, and like the part of the two cultures have really bright like primary colors associated with them, and that really is something that's kind of shared among Latin and Hawaiian and Polynesian culture, which I think is really cool. So this is really more of your romantic sort of look, and I'm excited that there's kind of this resurgence of Victorian and Edwardian looks, like lace and flowers and things like that, but with a modern twist on them. I mean, nobody should go out and buy a whalebone corset, but this is called the Pretty Dress Company plus size white and pink dress, and again, it's a very sort of just classic rose print, and I do like that. These are 1950s dark denim stretch cotton pants. They do retail for $58, and they have, looks like what they have a embroidered roses on the front panels. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't mind embroidery. I remember like in the early 2000s, that was like a huge thing, was like having embroidery all over your jeans and like all over your back pockets and stuff. I think it was like I want to call it like the Ed Hardy period of fashion, but that wasn't like Ed Hardy, but just sort of like overly ornate like clothing. And this isn't overly ornate, and I don't hate it, but I don't know how I really feel about the placement of them, and I don't know. I feel like I would have picked I would have positioned them differently. I probably would have either picked the ankles or maybe somewhere closer to maybe like just like along the pocket lines, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. This, I think, is the perfect dress if you are trying to look for a prom dress right now. This is the plus size rouge and silver ombre sparkle sleeveless dress, and it's amazing. You will look like Cinderella in this dress. You will just look like the belle of the ball, and this looks so beautiful and so amazing. So if you have like a quinceañera or a cotillion or a spring formal or prom or whatever special occasion dress you have, this does retail for $268, so probably gonna have to save up those pennies, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. Again, this, if you wanted a very beautiful like formal dress but didn't want to spend $268, this is a purple lace off the shoulder in eggplant, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is a color that looks amazing on people with deeper skin tones, but it also can look nice on people with fair skin tones. It's one of those universally flattering colors. The model here just looks like, she looks like a princess. She just looks amazing, and I love every single thing about this. So say you don't have a spring formal, but you have like a semi-formal event you want to go to, or even you have an event that's kind of themed, but you know, like in 1940s, but you don't want to go as like a stereotypical, you know, 1940s person. This is a plus size smoky blue sparkling sequin lace fitted. This is $268, so this is something that has a lot of detail work, so that's probably where that price point is. But it is a very sophisticated piece that I think you don't see this in like this color very often. A lot of times you'll see this style in blues and pinks and, you know, maybe even white or creams, but this smoky kind of graphite color, I don't think I've seen very often, so I think that's amazing. So We talked about that dress, the sparkly one in the ombre, the $268 one, being the perfect like Cinderella dress. So, but let's just say that you have a, you know, like half that amount of money for your budget and you want to look like Cinderella. You can't go wrong with this dress. It's a unique vintage plus size light blue glitter mesh gown, and immediately when I saw it, I got Cinderella vibes. If you wore this with your hair and like an updo, like the bouffant, and you know, you did the little like headband and like the pearl earrings, you could totally pull off a Cinderella look. It would look amazing. Here, this is kind of the theme I was talking about, where like the Edwardian, Victorian, they used to call them Gibson girls. The reason they called them that was because the photographer and the artist who drew pictures, his name was Gibson, and he drew and like the quote unquote perfect feminine, you know, specimens or whatever. But this type of shirt, this is called the Unique Vintage Plus Size 1940s Cream Chiffon Button. So it kind of has overlap from the 1940s and like the Edwardian period. Probably this is more 1940s than Edwardian, but it has that sort of theme to it. And just like the lace, and I call it the doily look, where it just kind of looks like a doily. Not in a bad way, but it's very, there's pin tucks, there's detail, there's a lot of like laser cutting. So, I mean, obviously back then they didn't have laser cutting, but today we do. And the, you know, the cloth covered buttons, those sorts of things, looks very nice. I actually really want this shirt. It's $58, but this is another dress that's kind of floral but botanical as well. It's the Unique Vintage 1950s white and green flora dress, and it's got bows. It's kind of got like that cold shoulder look, but bows down the side. And I like the dress, but I don't know how I feel about that specific feature, because it looks kind of like a straight jacket. Like, I don't know. I don't know about that for $98. So, Sierra Blue Fashion, who was kind enough to send me a beautiful floral dress that you'll see at the end of the video, has a few things on their site that really kind of caught my attention. This one is called the Art Fashion Bodycon dress, and it is 44 British pounds, which you can, I think in US dollars is just slightly less. I think right now the dollar is like a little bit more, worth a little bit more than the sterling pound. But this to me looks like it reminds me of that, like in the 90s, do you remember those like kind of graffiti prints and sort of like in the 90s when they would do fundraisers for like different charities and causes and stuff, and they would do like the graffiti print. Like that's what this kind of reminds me of. And I really like the color scheme. I don't know if I would wear something this form-fitting, just because I don't think it looks that good on me. But if you're somebody who feels comfortable in like this really form-fitting look, I think this is a really good color scheme. This is something I definitely would pick up. This is the Elegance Rose dress, and it's this beautiful dress in blues and pinks, and it's got the pin tucks and the darting that I think would just be flattering on almost everyone. So that one's 36 pounds, and okay, so this is not for the weak of heart at all. This is the on-the-go romper, and when I saw this, it reminded me of like the movie Tron. I never played Tron as like a kid, but if you know what I'm talking about, like, doesn't this look like something like from Tron? I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below if you agree with me. This is a beautiful lacy sparkly swirl dress for $48.99 sterling pounds, and I do like the silhouette of this. I don't know that I love the detailing and the swirling, but I mean, it almost looks like it almost looks corsety, but not really. And I can appreciate detail, but I don't know that it's really my style. I think it's pretty, but I don't know it's something that I would necessarily bring into my collection. But if you love really feminine silhouettes, really feminine patterns, this could be for you. This, however, really turned my head. This is the Rustic Shine Maxi Dress for 48 pounds sterling. And it is like gold and green and rust and brown colored. And I really think it's more like something I would wear in the fall. But at the same time, it just looks so incredibly interesting. It reminds me of like a, if you've ever seen the Paleo Archeo palette from Davina or Cleona Cosmetics, that's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of just something really unique and really interesting and like almost like geology. I don't know why, it just reminds me of that. So this, I kind of want this. I kind of want this. I don't know where I would wear it. This is really one of those editorial pieces that I think I would use for maybe a photo shoot. You know, the photo shoots that I keep saying I'm gonna do and then never do, because I just don't have time anymore. But this is the butterfly bodysuit, and I think that it is absolutely gorgeous. So the model here is not wearing a shirt underneath. It's just completely sheer with a bra. But you could wear a camisole underneath there, and you could, you know, make it more, you could make it more modest if you wanted to. You could even go more avant-garde if you wanted to. I'm not sure that it'd be safe for work at that point, but it's definitely something that you have some options with, and you could, you know, tone it down, you could tone it down or amp it up, whatever way you want to do. This is only 28 pounds sterling, so that's pretty cool. There are some really cute accessories at Torrid right now. It's amazing that they're all on sale. So this is the rhinestone beaded headband for $12.67. This would look perfect if you were doing like that Cinderella look with that dress. Perfect. Also, remember we talked about like the Edwardian kind of Victorian style coming back. These is a set of feather hairpin set of 2 for $14.17. Looks beautiful. Perfect for prom, formals, all those things. Rose gold rhinestone and faux pearl hair comb, again $14.17. Beautiful. I love that Torrid has these kind of multi-packed earrings. I am notorious for taking, like, I only have 2 holes in my ear, so like I don't have multiple piercings. But sometimes I want to wear like one type of earring in one ear and one type of earring in the other, and so I will do that all the time, where I will wear like one of the jangle drop earrings and then a stud in the other ear and a pearl, or a pearl stud in one ear and then the other kind of stud in the other ear. I just think it looks like you can definitely just kind of mix and match, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I just think it's really fun to play with accessories, and it's a way to play with your wardrobe where it's not like the stakes aren't very high, you know what I mean? These also give, okay, so I'm gonna be straight up, like these give me Anthropologie vibes, and that's why I like them, because it reminds me of something I would see at Anthropologie, and it's nowhere near an Anthropologie price. These are iridescent teardrop earring sets. You get 3 for $12.67, which is beautiful because you get like that beautiful aqua teal color, the pink color, and then that kind of like goldy bronzy color as well. This is Golden Birds on Twig necklace for $11.17. If you've ever seen the episode of Portlandia where they're just talking about putting a bird on it, I live in Portland, or I live like near Portland. So I work in Portland, I live in the suburbs, but every time I see like a bird, like that episode of Portlandia goes through my mind with like, put a bird on it. So yeah. And these are black and rose mixed choker set, $14.17. Really the only reason I would buy this would be for the black rose choker one. And I would never like wear it as a choker. I would probably wear it more as like a headband. My neck like just isn't, like it's non-existent, so I wouldn't ever like really wear a choker. But those are all of the things that I had for you this week, lovelies. And now, if you want to know what our giveaway is, stay tuned and I'll be right back. So, if you want to win this beautiful Sierra blue dress, it is the dress in roses. If you are a long-time watcher of videos, you'll know that the first time I ever talked about Sierra blue, I talked about this dress. And I said I had to go hide my credit card so I wouldn't buy it. And the brand reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this dress. I said, absolutely, of course, I would love to own that dress. Well, too bad for me, lucky for you, they sold out so quickly in my size that they couldn't send me mine. So the only size that they had left, they're currently sold out on the site, so you can't get this anymore. This is a 16-18. It's a beautiful dress. It is a very nice material, and it has kind of like a Peter Pan collar, and it is a high-low dress, so it's lower in the back than in the front, and it does zip up in the back. The stitching on here looks fantastic. A lot of times when you see these online boutiques, you don't know the quality you're gonna get. And full disclosure, they did send this to me for free, but this is not a sponsored video, so they're not paying me to say this, but they did send it to me. And it is absolutely gorgeous, and it has this little empire waist here. And this, again, this Peter Pan collar does go all the way to the back, and it's got these little kind of comfort straps here. So if you would like to win this dress, again, it's only in the size 16-18, so 16/18. You have to enter in the generator down below. You'll also get multiple entries for following me on Twitter or Instagram. So go ahead and enter down below. This giveaway will be going until next week. You do have to be a subscriber following me on Instagram and Sierra Blue. So I will put their Instagram account down in the description box below. And then I'm so excited that one of you will get to wear this absolutely beautiful dress. So if you're a size 16-18 and say you need a dress for prom, or you have a friend, or maybe your mom's a 16-18 and you want to get her a beautiful dress for Mother's Day, please don't forget to enter down below, and I can't wait to send this to you. It is only going to be open in the US. I'm so sorry. I just don't have the capacity to ship internationally right now. So it is going to be open to the US only. I hope to open future giveaways internationally. I just can't at this time. So I hope that you understand. Sierra Blue is a British brand. So this is something that you probably won't be able to find in the United States in a store, most likely. So again, just go ahead and enter in the generator down in the description box below, and all the details will be there on how you can win. Thanks so much, lovelies. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next week.